And this is the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court that has taken a Sou-moto Cognizance of the fire incident and summoned the VC of the Lucknow Development Authority. The next hearing of the case will be held on the 22nd of September. That's the news which is really coming in, that the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court has taken Sou-moto Cognizance of the fire incident and summoned the VC of Lucknow Development Authority. UP Bureau Chief Pranshu Mishra with us on the broadcast. Pranshu, tell us a little bit about this incident. Take us back in time and tell us about this incident and why the High Court has taken a Sou-moto Cognizance.
Yes, Anusha, see, it's an important development, and the reason being that, we are talking about making our cities the smart cities. Lucknow, being the state capital, is seeing a lot of expansion. There are new colonies, new localities, and a lot of construction that is happening in Lucknow. In fact, the UP Chief Minister has very recently said that on the lines of National Capital Region, we should have a state capital region. But then the irony remains that there are thousands of, such buildings which are totally violating the fire norms, which have been brought up for commercial uses on the residential plots. And if you remember, what happened at the Levana Suites few days back, in which 4 precious lives were lost, is not the first incident. In 2018 again, in the Charbagh area, a fire has broken out in a hotel, which was again on a residential plot, in which 5 people have died. So time and again we have seen that, once the incident happens, government gets into a knee-jerk response, inquiries ordered, people are arrested. But what High Court feels is that, we need to actually take cognizance of this matter to ensure that ultimately the inquiries and actions reach a finality, they reach a logical conclusion. And that's the reason why High Court has intervened, despite the fact that lot many notices have been served, people have been arrested, the buildings have been, that particular hotel has been sealed, and the government is talking about more action. So now it seems that the entire investigation will be probably monitored by the High Court. High Court has asked the Chief of the Lucknow Development Authority, which is in fact the primary agency, to ensure that no norms are violated when it comes to construction or the construction of commercial properties. So I think it is a big decision in that sense, that probably one can hope that this time around all those talks about taking action will not be diluted with time, and since they would be now under the the scrutiny of the judicial eye. So in that sense, this decision of taking the Sou-moto Cognizance of Lucknow hotel fire is important, and we'll have to see what response is given by the VC of the Lucknow Development Authority on September 22nd.
Pranshu, as far as these instances are concerned, what was the response that came from the government? Was there a reaction, or they really responded to it? Was there an audit that was conducted? Because you said that this is the state capital, and rightly so. It's the state-of-the-art infrastructure that should be built. There's a Lucknow capital region that's being talked about on the lines of NCR. But you need to have proper fire safety norms, construction norms in place.
Yes, that's why I see. In fact, as I said, Anusha, that immediately after this incident took place, Chief Minister issued several, direction, after which the inquiry by the Lucknow's Commissioner of Police and also the Commissioner of the region that has been initiated. LDA has been asked to prepare the list of how many such properties, commercial properties, hotels, hospitals, schools are operational without following the safety norms, are operational on the residential plots. The idea of the High Court is that, every time incident happens, the government gets into response, but ultimately nothing happens. And with time, the things get diluted, and all such buildings in utter violation of the law continue to flourish. And that's the reason why LDA VCs has been called, the Chief Fire Officer of Lucknow has been called. So the idea here is that, the thousands and thousands of such buildings could actually be recorded for. And the important point is that LDA VC has not been asked to make just the personal presence, but he has been asked to come armed with the entire detail, the list, the entire tally of such buildings, which the LDA feels or the authority feels are, violating the norms, haven't fulfilled the fire safety norms, or else are doing the commercial activities out of constructions on the residential areas.
Pranshu, this has been a concern, whether it's a city like Mumbai or a city like Delhi, or, even smaller cities in our country. The fire safety norms have never been in proper shape and order. And perhaps that's the worry which even Uttar Pradesh is witnessing right now, as we see more and more infrastructure which is being built. Going forward, before the High Court, it's the Advocate General who will be summoned, and he'll have to put the response of the government so far and what they have done in this matter.
Well, at the moment, the High Court has asked the LDA's the Vice Chairman and the Chief Fire Officer of the Lucknow District to appear before the court. The court has also appointed 2 senior advocates as amicus curiae in this case to assist the court with the entire details, because it's a big issue, and it's not just about the hotels. It also involves all such residential properties, schools, hospitals which are built and don't have the adequate fire norms or adequate safety norms. So I think it's a Herculean task, and for the first time probably LDA is seeing the judicial heat in which the authorities have been asked to come prepared with the entire list of such buildings. So probably on 22nd we'll get an idea as to how many such buildings are actually operational in the very state capital which are in violation of the existing safety norms.
Thank you, Pranshu, for getting us all those details. Let's shift our